All right. Well, hello and welcome, Sally. Thank you for joining us today. I do know you, of course, your name and your contribution into our community, but could you introduce yourself to the community? Like, what are your passions right now? Why digital marketing? And yeah.
Wonderful. So obviously my name's Sally. I live in Australia. At the moment, I have got I've had 18 years in the travel industry, so in tourism at some point or whatever it might be. So I've got a very big travel background. So that is my passion. Obviously getting into digital marketing as such is not new to me. I used to be in publishing and content for a little while, 6 years it was. But obviously this is just expanding and making those skills more accessible to myself and more offline as well. So, making sure I can create that environment for myself to pick up my laptop and go wherever I want.
That's really sounds fantastic. Now, before joining the Laptop Lifestyle Master Program, what were your struggles that you faced as a digital marketer or a freelance?
So what I actually struggled, and the reason that I actually even looked into this course was the fact that everything seemed to be given to you in a step-by-step process. So it was really hard to knowing what you had to do to freelance and to get yourself out there, but without actually knowing what the steps were step by step and having someone help you along the way. So that's the reason I did choose the course, is obviously because I, was told that, you go from the beginning to the end process. And that was really handy because obviously that then from the very beginning, you are set up for success. Setting up your own business, saying, even just the tools and the software that you need to use and set up, that's exactly what I was looking for. So that's helped.
I see. That's good to hear. So what do you say would be the most valuable asset of the program for you?
Personally, it would have been that, because that's where I was struggling. I think something else that I've also benefited from as well in the course is actually just some of the content that's come through as well. Like some of the Skills Vault information is actually really handy to have, and I'm definitely going to be utilizing that a lot more as well, because there's a little gold mine there. So just picking some of those out, and also just listening to the other communities, like some of the coaching calls that we did have. It was really interesting listening to other people and them coming in and listening to their experiences and their, I guess, the unique niches as well, which you can sort of factor into your own. Whereas you probably don't get that in a normal, it's not a coaching environment or like a normal training environment, I suppose. You've also got real life experience that you're talking to, not like a student experience as well.
That's really great to hear. Now, so what do you think really helped you move forward in the course, and build the successful laptop life?
As in, like how it helped me move forward, or
yeah. How do you think? What do you think helped you move forward in the course, and what do you think are the things that can really help you build the successful laptop lifestyle?
So personally, for myself, I think in this instance, it was all the tools that you do get to move yourself forward. So a lot of the information that I was struggling to understand coming at me from all different sides. Everyone has so much information out there of what's good for you, what's not good for you. I think the good thing about this course is that it gets rid of what I like to call white noise, and you can focus on what you need to get done to get through the woods and see that sort of clearing on the outside. So I think for me it was good because I could get rid of everything else coming at me from the outside, because I've clicked on a link about some form of marketing. on Instagram or Facebook, and it starts pushing you 27,000 courses. And so you can just ignore that and then focus on what this course tells you to focus on, and it gives you clear, concise, this is what you need to do to succeed. So I think that's, you know, probably the most beneficial portion of the course.
Right, that's really good. So in a short period of time, that 90 days, right, that you are in the program, what do you think, how does it feel for you now that you think you've learned a lot, you have like a lot of tools and like experience that you can bring into your freelancing journey? How does it feel for you?
Yep. So I definitely feel a lot more confident in the direction I want to go and what I want to do. As you know, obviously, it's been a little bit crazy in my real world. So I'm probably not where I want to be right now. There's still a lot more work that I need to do to get to where I want to be. But I know that the tools are there. So it's just making sure I utilize those tools and utilize the community now to further myself.
Yeah, I can imagine. So what do you think is the biggest accomplishment that you have since joining the program?
I actually, to be honest, I really enjoyed my first I think it was like 4 or 6 weeks of the course. I think because it forced me to actually have a think about my experience. So my previous experience, and actually, you know, I think it was when I was putting my portfolio together and starting to think about what I have and haven't done and put it all into a document. So I think the biggest thing for me was obviously understanding my capabilities as well. So the biggest accomplishments right now for me is realizing how much experience I do actually have, and my value, and having LLMP put those processes in place and those giving you those tools to actually then put it on into a portfolio, put it into a resume, put it into, everything that you're going to be sending out to clients as well. Just so I think that for me was a huge eye opener. Realizing that you can actually use that moving forward and how you want to then, which way you might want to go as well. A bit more sense of a direction as well.
That's good. It's impressive, actually, the amount of experience that you have with the travel industry, and then now, and also with digital marketing, combining them, and then the things that you've learned in the program, right? So you can really use them to your advantage. Okay, so I would also like to know, when you were initially considering like investing in the program, what were your thoughts? So what are the considerations that you had to make?
So when I was initially having a look at everything, I think in my actual initial interview, I think I did say that I actually had a look at a couple of courses, lots of them. Did I a few discovery calls as well with a few other people. I actually also looked at some other businesses here in Australia who offered something similar, but more along like a university degree or something, or a college degree. In the end, I think for me, it was just actually doing a lot of research. And for me, I think that this program fit better into what I wanted out of, I had a full-time job. I can't get out of that. I'm still going to have to do it. So this worked nicely into what I wanted to do. And also having the flexibility, I think that was more of
Okay, so what do you think ultimately make you decide to join the program? What was the deciding factor for you?
So for myself, I think obviously just having a chat initially with everyone, because I think I had 3 calls in the end actually. I think it was just the information that I was given, I think fit around what I was looking for. So I think A, I was looking for that flexibility. B, I was looking, again, as I mentioned to you previously, I was looking for something that had a step-by-step process of how to set up a business. and gave you those tools and the software you need to use along the way, because that, I think, is where everyone, as an entrepreneur or a freelancer, would probably get stuck. There's so much out there, you just don't know what to use. So that was a huge factor in why I chose this course. So it wasn't the cheapest either, but it had what it had what I wanted.
Yeah, that's understandable. Now, finally, if someone is watching this video and is considering about joining the program, what would your advice be to them?
So my advice would be, go for it. I think, there is definitely a lot more information than you think there is. So even when I think back to my original phone calls about what the program actually, stands for and has and what you do, I think there's a lot more that I've learned along the way that wasn't spoken about, that probably could have been. But yeah, so yeah, it's definitely a must for me. I think everyone should do it.
Thank you, thank you. That really warms my heart, knowing that you really took value of the program and you enjoyed it and you really learned a lot from the program. So coming from a coach. So yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us today. It's really a pleasure working with you, Saully. I think I did your kickoff call, right? Yeah, you started with a kickoff call with me, and then now this is your final call with, the one-to-one with the coaching program. But as I've said, you still have access to the community, you have access to the resources, right? So this is not going to be goodbye. And we definitely would love really to hear from you, your updates about your like future clients or achievements. We want to celebrate with you. So yeah. I'm gonna miss working with you, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed like our calls. I think we had like few one-to-ones, right?
You
With your
one-on-ones,
workshop.
yeah.
Yeah. No one else was joining the call, so it was more of like a
Yeah.
one-to-one for us. So good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Saully.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't want to take too much of your time, but yeah, if you have any question, let me know. You can DM me or you can tag me in the community chat, okay?
Yeah. Wonderful.
Thank you. Have a
Love
great
it.
night.
Awesome. Bye.
Bye.